Hey everyone, we're here for another Go Shop Local edition, and if you watched last week, things are going to look a little similar here because we were doing a interview on the new Spiros patio with Spiros, and we had Jeremiah with us, so we thought this week would be a perfect time to segue into what he does and more about his business. We're not just always going to make it about Spiros. We got to hear from Jeremiah too. So he's here with Makari Builders, and he actually created this amazing creation here. So thanks, Jeremiah, for being with us today.
Yeah.
Maybe tell us a little bit about the company. What do you do?
We started up about 11 years ago here in Lloydminster, just doing sub-trades. We got known to just be anybody's insulator, drywaller. We did so many houses in Lloydminster I couldn't even count. And so we had a great connection with just clientele, contractors, and then just over the last few years we really started to get into specialty renovations, small home renovations, basement developments, kitchen renos, and in the last 4 or 5 months now we've just started to get into our custom built homes. And we're just launching a couple pre-solds here right away, actually. So
cool. So you do, like, if somebody wanted, you take something directly from scratch, like
we do.
Right from start to finish.
You bet. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then renovations as well. So if I wanted, say, an addition on my house, or do you go as little as, like, I want a deck built, or is there? Do you have your limitations, or?
We haven't yet. We always think with all the jobs that we do have right now, we say no, maybe we should turn some of the small ones down, but the small job is kind of what built us up here, so we hate to say no to just about anything. So if we can fit it in and make it work in a timely manner and the customer's happy, that's all that matters.
So what kind of area do you service? Like, do you focus just in Lloydminster? Do you go outside?
We try to stay as local as possible. We do a ton of work around the lakes and surrounding areas, a lot of cabins. I have traveled quite a bit for commercial buildings. I've done one in Red Deer, Kelowna, Calgary. So we do a little bit outside of Lloydminster.
And obviously, if I wanted a patio, then that's right up your alley.
Yeah, absolutely. We love doing this project. As soon as we posted pictures about it, I already had calls to go look at one in Saskatoon. So we could do patios all day, every day, and we'd be happy.
So what's like timing like? If somebody wants to do something, do they just sit down and meet with you, and you kind of, depending on the situation, your current builds you have on hand?
Yeah, we don't like to overload myself or our guys, but we certainly are quite honest when it comes to timelines. I would hate to start a renovation in a person's house and not be able to be on site every day, all day, and drag it out longer than it has to be. So it kind of depends on the job. We try to just take on as much as we think we can and just go with it.
And so what inspired you to start this, and what, maybe you could tell us about the name? I'm kind of curious myself, where did that come from?
The name was kind of a last minute decision. We figured that me and Cole, my business partner, originally we thought, hey, we need to get incorporated. We sat down here at Spiros actually for lunch one day, and we were like, man, we just need to get a name. Like, what can we name this? And Spiros sat down with us, and we kind of just put our heads together, and not many things were sounding right. And then Spiros said, how about Makari? And it's kind of a Greek, I wouldn't say slang word, but it means, the root word comes from blessed, or blessing.
Okay.
And it just kind of fit, so we stuck with it.
Cool. And have you been in Lloyd your entire life? Are you from the area?
I'm not from the area. I've been here since I was 11 years old, so pretty much my whole life. But we moved from the East Coast and just kind of found our way here to Lloyd, and haven't looked back.
Not going anywhere for a while?
No, not going anywhere for a while, no.
And then, so what, do you have a family?
I do, yeah. So as you saw probably on the last episode, my wife was sitting beside me here on the patio. Her and her family own Spiros, and they're just everything I live for. So 2 little girls, life couldn't be better.
Awesome. So do you have any other people that work with you, or how big of a team do you have?
We have so 4 partners, including myself, and one that does pretty much all office work, paperwork, kind of keeps us going on the legal side of things. Another guy that just does site management. He's on the tools all the time, overseeing the guys. Myself, I'm on tools most of the time, but do a lot of the estimating and quoting, meeting clients. And then we have Leah, who does all of our interior and exterior design packages.
So you actually have somebody interior designing for you?
Yeah, in-house. So we can just easily throw any ideas we have off of from the clients to her, and if we can come up with something fairly quickly, it's usually cost a lot less than if you were to source it out yourself or separately.
Awesome. Cool. Well, yeah, I've actually got a couple of questions for Leah too, so we maybe should have a talk with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Jeremiah, for agreeing to do this, and best of luck to you. Hopefully, it's a busy summer for you.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Okay, so I managed to sneak my way into the restaurant, and guess who I found? I found Leah in here that Jeremiah was talking about, so thank you for being here, Leah. Tell me what you kind of intrigued me when Jeremiah was talking about you do the interior design for these guys. So how does that work? Or tell us a little bit more about what your job entails.
Sure, yeah. Well, I came on as a partner with these guys. I met them actually at a project I hired them for. So that's kind of a roundabout way how I met them. But I've had my own design and marketing firm for the last 15 years, and I've done independent work as a consultant for many different clients over the years. I've always had a real passion for residential design. My background's actually communications and marketing, but a long time ago I did my internship at IKEA, and I kind of fell in love with the world of design. So that's kind of how I got into it. But when I got talking to these guys, we thought this is kind of a neat idea to be able to offer with a building company, to have an in-house, someone who can manage the design projects and take some of that on for clients and give them it's like a whole other package we can offer people besides the building side.
So when people come to Makari, basically the first stop is they come meet with you?
Lots of times, and I mean, if people have ideas of their own and they don't need that help, no problem. It's just an extra thing that we offer, and most times I go to the initial meetings and figure out what they need. And sometimes it's maybe a matter of just picking out certain things that they need, such as paint, or maybe they want some interior help, or depending on if it's a reno or new build, or we're just starting to get into the new builds too, so that's kind of a whole separate ballgame now.
So basically if somebody was doing a reno and they kind of have a vision but they don't know, well, what colors should I pick, or what furniture goes with this, or
yeah, exactly.
That's kind of where you come in.
Yeah, and people I think sometimes like to have the extra opinion, and also sourcing products is a big one. People are really short of time, and they like the idea of having someone say, you know what, here's 4 colors of paint rather than 100. And they also like the idea of, I really like this kind of sofa or this fabric, where can I find it? And I can tell them 2 places to go to instead of having them look at 10. I think the time-saving part is a big one for me, for clients, and it's just kind of an extra thing we can offer to people.
Awesome. So how did it, talking, because we were out on that awesome patio, did you have any involvement with that?
Yeah, so depending on what the projects are, I have bits and pieces in different parts. So with that one, it'd be more some of the colors. I know we were talking about how to make the patio look like part of the building, the Spiros building, which is like an icon in Lloydminster too, that has been here, but it also changes the whole look of the building, which I think is really cool. Having the beams and having the iron and some of those extra materials, we went back and forth on that, and lighting and some of the furniture. We have some really neat things coming up for furniture there. So those parts I help with for sure.
Cool. And tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you originally from Lloydminster?
I grew up actually in Lashburn, not far from here. That's where I grew up, but I moved away and went to school and lived in different places and ended up coming back this way. So yeah, I've always enjoyed this area too, and yeah, it's been great.
And do you have a family?
Yep, 2 kids. Yep.
Too busy?
Yep, busy. Like we all are.
Perfect. No, that's basically all the questions I had. I mean, it's really cool. I like the aspect of having somebody else available because I know myself and my wife, we went through it too, where it's like, well, where do you start, and what do you know to pick? And like you said, you go to a paint place and it's like, oh, maybe I want a gray color. It's like, oh geez, there's actually 100 different gray colors.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was different tones of gray. So
And people get really overwhelmed with that. They get overwhelmed with lighting and flooring, and I think the streamlining of that process, or else it's just, I find that's really invaluable actually for people, just to give them that service. But even that, I'm doing a job right now where it's just picking out, all new furniture. They don't need anything structurally, or with the new build, I'm doing lots of work with all the cabinet stuff and figuring out materials and sourcing that sort of things. And we work a lot with Geordie's in town, which is kind of our go-to place for cabinets. And that's been really great too, because it's like building relationships with some of these local vendors. And I can, sometimes save clients a step and meet with them and go through those details rather than them having to go. And then I can take them stuff right to their house and deliver it to them, and they don't have to go there at all. And you can, just again, giving people that extra service.
awesome. Well, cool. Thank you so much to both of you for being here, and we look forward to many more projects and different designs that obviously inspire my use.
Thank you.
Excited. Thanks, Leah.